Hello everyone, welcome to our presentation on improving weather warnings and climate information dissemination in Africa. This is Wagtail Space US 2024. So we'll take you through how we leveraged on the power of Wagtail to develop an open source content management system for the National Meteorological and Hydrological Services. You'll be hearing NMHSS from time to time. This stands for the National Meteorological and Hydrological Services. My name is Grace Amondi. I'm a geo developer. I'll be walking you through the introduction and the motivation behind the work that we do. My colleague Eric Oteño, also a geo developer, will take you through the integration and development activities of the work that we do. So this work was supported by the World Meteorological Organization, Regional Office for Africa, in partnership and collaboration with NORCAP, part of the Norwegian Refugee Council. Majority of the NMHSS face challenges in providing services through functional websites. You will notice that they have outdated technologies in use. The user experience and user interfaces are not friendly or driven, both on the user-facing side and on the content management interfaces. There's lack of interactivity in the data and the products that are produced. The websites may not fit the purpose to deliver climate and weather information services, and this would hinder the support on user growth. There's also limitations in terms of integration to third-party applications and services like online meetings, email marketing, user analytics, and so on and so forth. So, to come and support the NMHSS and fix this problem, we developed a solution, CleanWeb, which is a cutting-edge website template for the NMHSS. This website template is fully customizable and it allows for developing fit-for-purpose CMSs, interfaces that are able to fit the standards of the organization. The user interface is very user-friendly, including both the website itself and the content management system. It follows the best practices in data visualization, and we adopted a decentralized workflow to allow for management of content in a decentralized manner by different departments using roles and users. It also accommodates for integration of third-party apps, softwares, including online events, email marketing, user analytics to drive user growth. The CMS, known as CleanWeb, has various features. It is developed on top of the Wagtail framework, and it provides a user-friendly website content management system that allows both the staff at the National Met to be able to add content onto the website in an easy manner. It has a CAP alerting editor that allows for publishing of alerts. It has an interactive georeference data visualization editor that allows for addition of products in an interactive manner and also visualization of the same products interactively. It supports event marketing or event registration and integration with Zoom. Also, in support is email marketing integrations, which are included. It also accommodates for user analytics and survey creation and result analysis. There are many other more functionalities, and we'll look at them in the next slides.
We have developed a number of Wagtail-based applications, as you can see here. So these are the ones that help us to have functionalities that we need, that require across the CleanWeb package. So they range from forecast managing to publishing surveys to publishing alerts in CAP protocol to integration with Zoom, integrations with MailChimp, and so on. So we're going to look at some of them, see how we implemented them, and how we integrate them across the CleanWeb package to be able to provide these components and functionalities to NMHSS. So the first one here, we have the Forecast Manager. So this is a package that you have developed to be able to allow the meteorological agencies to be able to manage and visualize their own forecast. So as a user, I expect that once I go to a website, I should be able, a weather-related website, in this case, websites for Met, I should be able to find the forecast for today, the forecast for the next hour, the forecast for the next week, and so on. So this was a challenge in terms of having a robust application that allows you to seamlessly upload forecasts for any location in the country. So we developed this specifically to be able to provide a unified way across NMHSS to be able to upload their own forecast. So it provides you with different capabilities. One of them is to be able to define the different locations in the country that you will be uploading the forecast coming from the models and so on. The other one is that you're able to customize the different parameters. So the Met agencies are able to set the different parameters that are monitoring. If, for example, a country is not monitoring snow or they don't experience snowy conditions, then there's no need to define this in the settings. And the application or the package provides API integrations that allows to expose this data to mobile applications or other systems that can further help to disseminate this weather forecast data. So we display on the user interface, the user facing side like this. On the back end, this is a sample of how a form for adding new forecasts looks like. So you select the date, you select the file. If it's a CSV, we have a hands-on table here that shows you a preview. If there's an error, the save button is disabled until you fix everything looks nice, and then you can upload the data. So once you do the upload, then it will be visualized on the homepage like this. On the banner, on the bigger hero banner, you'll see it like this. For the different days, you can choose the icons. So the NMHSS can choose icons for the different parameters and conditions that they are monitoring. And this is how it will be displayed on a map. So this is an example of a real instance of Burkina Faso. This is a screen grab of how the website looks currently from Burkina Faso. So you can see they have data showing across the different locations that they set on their backend, and then showing, if you click on any one of the icons, it will give you more details about the condition and the forecast itself. So next up, we have the CAP Composer. So as you know, meteorological agencies in most countries, they're authoritative voices in terms of publishing weather warnings, hazards, and so on. So we are providing a tool, a modernized tool, to be able to provide the capabilities for publishing alerts in a very easy and intuitive way. So what this does is that it provides this interface that allows meteorological agencies to be able to quickly create new alerts. Let's say this heavy rain that has been forecasted to occur in the next hour or in the next 2 hours. So depending on the severity, depending on the agency, the NMHSS can quickly get into this interface. So they create a new page, they fill in the information. As they fill in, they can see the preview of the alert itself. And once they publish, the alert is formatted to follow the CAP. So this is the Common Alerting Protocol. So it's a well-defined standard that allows to be able to disseminate and communicate weather alerts. So this package formats all the alerts into this version, and it provides also a workflow. This is already built in from Wagtail, workflow for publishing. Since this is a page, you can define who can access it, who can edit, who can moderate it, and so on. So this way, you can have someone draft the alert, someone look at it and moderate it, and then someone could actually have the rights to publish it. So once it goes out there, it's been published. Actually, for weather warnings, once you publish, you cannot delete. You can only make updates by creating a new alert and referring to the previous alerts. So by using Wagtail hooks, the before edit page, after edit, or after publish page, we are able to define all these hooks that help us to, for example, prevent deletions and modifications of an alert once it's been sent. So by also listening to signals, Wagtail signals like the page published, we're able to disseminate further these alerts using protocols like MQTT, using webhooks. You can also automatically publish this data to social media so that it can be picked by platforms like Twitter or X and Facebook and so on. So this really provides us capabilities and new ways of us to be able to disseminate this data, these alerts. We want to be able to connect with telecommunication companies so that they can further disseminate this using their mobile network. We want to be able to integrate this into radio stations. So once there's an alert, they can pick it automatically, and televisions and so on. So Wagtail, we found that it gives us most of these things out of the box, and we can just plug and play, organize it very nicely for users. Once you publish, it can be viewed in many channels, because the idea is that you refer to the CAP standard, you should only publish once an alert, and then you can send it to different places at the same time. So Wagtail provides us all these capabilities out of the box to be able to do that. So the next package is the Geo Manager. So we call it Geo Manager, but basically it's a package that allows NMHSS to be able to manage their data. So this includes data coming from weather models like numerical weather predictions models, historical observation data coming from stations, point data like infrastructure, airports. Imagine there's heavy rainfall that has been forecasted in some place. You want to know how many hospitals or how many buildings have been impacted. So we are providing a very robust geospatial online data management tool that allows you to not only visualize or rather manage your data, but you can also get things like time series charts. So you can click on a location, you can click on a point, you can draw a custom area, and then you can get on the fly analysis, time series analysis. You can do overlay analysis very quickly. And all this, we are doing it with Python using Wagtail as the backend, as the framework. So you can see here, you can manage all the categories. This is like the landing page. You can see the things we have here are the things that will appear on this left side of the map viewer. We call this the map viewer, and this is the GeoManager backend side of it. So this is built using Next.js. And using a very nice package called Django Next.js, we were able to actually integrate a React-based, a Next.js-based application into Wagtail. So this way, we are able to solve this as a different application, but users will not be able to notice that this is actually coming from a different application. But because it's inside, it's served inside Django, or rather Wagtail, using the Django Next.js package. So this allows countries to be able to connect to even external sources like data coming from EUMETSAT. So this is satellite information and so on. Next up, we have the Wagtail icon chooser package. And this is a utility package that helps us to be able to select icons that have been registered on Wagtail using the register icons hook. So these are SVG icons. And you'll find that in most sections, especially the snippets, we use the icon chooser to be able to associate an icons to things like services that the NMHSS provide. So let's say like a weather forecasting service, we want to associate that with a nice looking SVG icon. And most of these icons, we actually get them from Fonto. Some of them have already been loaded by the default installation of Wagtail. But we have additional ones coming from places like OCHA, so the humanitarian icons provided by OCHA, one of the UN agencies. So we're able to load those icons and then use the register icons, which loads the icons to Wagtail. And then you can use this Wagtail icon chooser to be able to choose these icons to associate product, for example, product types, news types. We want to associate an icon to those ones, publication types, and so on. So this provides, on the front end, we use a template tag called SVG icon. So this allows to be able to actually render these SVG icons in the templates themselves. So Wagtail admin provides its own way of rendering icons in the templates. But since that's basically, or it's made for the admin, we wanted something that we can use for the front end part and to be able to load them dynamically. So you don't want to load all of these icons. You can see they can get very many. Wanted to be able to, to give the template tag a name of the icon, and then it specifically renders that SVG icons. So this helps us to do that, and it gives you a nice model. So when you click on the input, you're able to search for an icon. As long as it's been registered on Wagtail, you'll find it, and then when you click it, it will be put in that input, and then it will be saved in the backend. The name will be saved, and this can be used in the front end to be able to render the SVG icons. Next up, we have the Wagtail Zoom integration, and this is now where we start bringing in integration with third-party tools. In this specific case, we are integrating Wagtail forms. So forms or pages that have been built using the Wagtail form builder. So we are now integrating them to Zoom so that when you register a user, you can also register them on Zoom, and then Zoom can be sending the automatic emails and reminders. So you don't have to do it yourself or do it manually. So you'll find that most meteorological agencies, they organize a lot of meetings, and some of them are online meetings or hybrid meetings like climate outlook forums and so on. So what this does is that it allows it allows the NMHSS to be able to associate a form with an online meeting, so that once a user registers, as the data is being saved to the database, then you can push the same data to Zoom. So Zoom provides an API that you can plug into. So you basically need to put credentials for Zoom in settings somewhere in the CMS. And then once you publish a form and you associate it with a given meeting on Zoom, then Zoom will take care now of sending the emails to users, as you can see an example here, and sending them reminders. So you don't have to do this manually, like trying to download the CSV list of your users and sending one by one, or using other tools. Next, we have the Wagtail MailChimp integration. So just similar to how we do the integration with Zoom, MailChimp provides an API that you can plug into. So first up, we allow to connect, or rather the package allows you to connect to your audience. So MailChimp, as you are aware, provides you a way to manage different audiences. So this can be for your newsletter and so on. So the package allows you to select a given audience, and then it will automatically create this form for you. So a sign up form. As you know, MailChimp also provides a sign up form that you can directly give links to your users, but the link might look a bit not associated to your domain and so on. So this package, what it does, it just brings the same form, renders it in Wagtail, and provides this information, provides this page to users so they can feel they are directly signing from your page, from your website. And what we do is that we just take this form and send it to MailChimp directly. So in this case, you'll be required to put the API key for your MailChimp registration. So beside just providing the subscription form, the sign up form, we also, the package allows to be able to connect to page form page builder, or other pages created using form page builder. So in this way, you can think of it like you have an event, but you can use this to also get subscribers to your emailing list. So this is a very nice opportunity. Let's say you have an online meeting, before users finish the registration and hit submit, you can provide them with this tool, asking them if they want to be receiving periodic updates or newsletters from your institution. So what this does, it adds at the end of the form, it adds this option, these checkboxes that connect to your groups. If you have used MailChimp and you know the groups, you can basically allow users to select from your groups which things they want to be receiving automatically. And MailChimp will take the user's information. So you have to associate the form with the fields that MailChimp expects, or the fields that you set in MailChimp. So this means that your form should be almost similar to what your sign up form looks like on MailChimp. But the good thing is that you can associate the different fields to the fields that exist in MailChimp. So this allows you to extend the form page and allows you to get more subscribers to your mailing list. Next up, we have the Wagtail Web Stories Editor. This is also another interesting tool we developed, or rather we ported from the WordPress Google Web Stories Editor. So Google developed a web stories editor that allows you to publish web stories. So web stories are the web version of things like Instagram stories, WhatsApp stories, and so on. So this allows you to publish stories, but for the web. So WordPress had a nice plugin already developed. And the good thing that is this editor was developed using React. So we looked into the code, into the different packages they provide, and we brought it to Wagtail. So we're using the snippet viewset functionality that allows you to, create a viewset for models that are different from pages. So you can do drafting, you can do publishing of models that are not pages. And we also provides you view sets to customize different pages like the index page, the editing page, and so on. So by attaching to those different view sets, we're able to have an editor that looks like this. So this basically just renders the JavaScript. And then this is what, once you do the editing, we save it back to the model, and then you can do the drafting, the publishing, and so on. So once you're done, this can now be associated with a page, and then it will render this story like this. So this is really interesting for meteorological agencies to be able to use this to engage users in a new and interesting way. So they can publish like educational materials, they can publish warning materials to their social medias, but also on their website. And this can also be used to promote events and so on. So next up, we also have another tool that we have brought to inside the Wagtail admin. So this is called Wagtail Survey.js. And basically what this does is that you're bringing the open source, the free and open source Survey.js tool into Wagtail to be able to allow meteorological agencies to publish surveys directly in their website. So you'll find that most of the agencies, how they do it currently, or institutions, is that they use external tools like Kobo Toolbox or other tools to be able to, or Google Forms and so on, to be able to collect user feedback. But in this case, we are bringing this very nice tool, Survey.js, which is free, into the system. So it provides you a designing or an editor interface where you can create the form, you can present it to users, you can render it to users on your website, and then you can start collecting data, and it gives you this nice interactive results analysis dashboard. So by also using the snippet view sets, we're able to extend them to bring this JavaScript based React application, also able to bring it to the system and do all these integrations to be able to publish surveys. And these are very nice in, for example, code designing products with users. So NMHSs can ask users if they want to, collect more information about their products, they want to get feedback, and so on.
Now, with all these development activities in place, how far are we on the ground? Out of 54 countries in Africa, we have installed the CMS in 17 countries. On the map, you see the dark areas or countries. These have installed the CMS. We have 8 more countries that are at the initial stages of installation. You will find live instances with links in this presentation. You can click and explore each of the websites to have a feel of what the CMS feels like. We have 8 out of the 17 countries that have gone live. Thank you so much for your attention. These are our GitHub links for the CMS as well as the documentation.